Hello there. Today I'm going to talk about the benefits and importance of understanding statistics, both in the context of different fields and careers, and just in everyday life in general. But first, what is statistics? It's basically a type of math that concerns the collection, classification, analysis, and interpretation of different kinds of data. The role statistics has played in different fields and in our lives have increased over time. Statistics play a huge role in fields like business, economics, administrations, media, trade, social sciences, and many more. It also plays an important role in the lives of many people. It's actually one of the few types of math you do learn that has any relevance to the real world. Want to know the probability of you getting to a certain college, winning the lottery, or running into nothing but red lights on your way home? Statistics can help with all of that. Detailed examples of how statistics is used in different fields include in advertising or marketing, where statistics can provide demographic information like the number of people, potential customers in an area, their age, their income, and their interests. It can also be used to help marketers understand the trends concerning supply and demand of a certain product or service. It helps tell businesses and advertisers what to sell and who to sell it to. Statistics are also used by many types of different administrations to make laws and sometimes very important decisions. For example, the U.S. Census Bureau collects all kinds of data on U.S. citizens that later influences legislative actions of the government. The census collects data over things like age, sex, ancestry, children, language use, population estimates, race, veterans, part-time workers, etc. The data collected by the Bureau influences Congress's funding to things like neighborhood improvements, public health, education, transportation, and many other public services. These are just a few examples of how statistics is interwoven into our lives through economics, commerce, etc., which makes it even more important to be able to understand statistics, either just as a business person, a bureaucrat, an employee, or just an average person. It can also be personally beneficiary to understand statistics as well as professionally. Statistics can help you learn a lot from the past, understand the present, and make inferences and predictions about the future. Being statistically literate allows you to correctly evaluate claims made by people in the media, lawmakers, ideologues, etc. To quote statistician Samuel S. Wilkes, statistical thinking will one day be as necessary for efficient citizenship as the ability to read or write. To further explain this, an example may be sensationalist news reporting or political ideologues who may cherry-pick statistics to promote a certain agenda, like Democratic or Republican. For example, your local congressman could come on the news and say it's been discovered that there's been a strong correlation between funding finance departments and low average GPA scores in public schools, and he proposes to decrease funding in it because more funding in the arts causes lower GPAs. Or, another example is you happen to have an autistic brother, and another lawmaker said that it was discovered that there's a strong correlation between the number of kids who received vaccines in America and the number of autism cases in children. And he claims that this proves that vaccines cause autism. A statistically literate citizen would know that correlation does not equal causation. Just because two variables correlate doesn't necessarily mean that one causes the other. Another example could be a published survey that claims that an overwhelming majority of Americans support heavily restricting gun control. But upon further investigation, you found out the survey question was led by talking about the tragedy of gun-related shootings. This means that there was wording of question bias, which means that the question was worded in a way that influenced the response of the respondents. Basic questions about statistics are never asked, like who conducted the study, was there an adequate sample size, was there an outlier, or was the data gathered correctly? There are many other ways statistics could be misused. That's why understanding statistics is important, because it is used increasingly every day and it heavily influences aspects of our life. Such a huge role the statistics plays means that we have to recognize when others intend to abuse it, and it's a duty to be statistically literate.